Boopity boop boop. Okay, so as you can see, it's really clean. It's because I continuously keep it clean. But as you can see, beautiful two-tone paint. Now this side has Pontiac caps on it just because I was trying the looks. Took the chrome caps off the Celebrity before I sold it to my friend, which he agreed to. Thanks, dude. And he gave me these Pontiac caps. I was seeing how they look. I gotta say, I don't hate them. I don't hate them at all. But I don't think they're appropriate because, I don't know, I guess I'm a Chevy snob. Love Pontiacs, so I'd love to have the Pontiac version. Chevy Cavalier. I redid this myself with, believe it or not, just gold marker and RTV. You'd be amazed what you can do if you're crafty. But like you can see, now this side, I got the Cavalier caps for like an 84, 85 Type 10. And I like the look. These are just my winter tires. The worst rotted door, for sure, is here. This one, this one's definitely got holes in it. But the underside of the chassis is not bad. Not bad at all. I need to get a cheese board for the headliner. A lot of dog fur in here because me and my dog go for a lot of car rides. Got the trunk rack. It doesn't have any of the suspension packages or anything, which don't really matter. It just gets the full Monty before I take off, since the lighting is good today, and it's definitely in the upper 40s. Alrighty, here's the 2-liter Opel engine. Noisy like an Iron Duke, but runs well. Same type of distributor as an Iron Duke, which was a surprise. I did new motor mounts here. Down there, that's a little hard to see. The O2 sensor. I had the alternator rebuilt locally because the old one was singing really bad. It's just an all-around fantastic little car. You cannot buy anything like this anymore. Okay, so why a Chevy Cavalier? It was the car we had when I was a kid, of course. That pin's the reason why I have such fondness for it. But I just always wanted one because I like their boxy shape. I like boxy things, just in general. So I wanted one as my first car. We're talking 15. I was 15. Just about getting ready to get my license, which ended up getting postponed till I was 18. But, you know, that's how life went back then. And a Cavalier came up for sale in the neighborhood. And it was only $500. It was this house right here. This house right here, right where that silver Toyota's parked. There was a silver 1985, same color as this car here, station wagon. $500. No rust, good driving car. This was, let's see, I was 15, so this would have been 2004, 2003, somewhere in there. It was a long time ago. It was over 20 years ago. And Mom and Dad just couldn't scrape it up, so it sold. I saw it around the neighborhood for a year or two, and then it was gone. Never saw it again. Probably broke down, got junked. Back then, these cars weren't worth anything back then. These were basically throwaways. That's how I got so many of these radios, too. I had started buying these, and Mom and Dad would take me to the junkyard, and I'd get 3 or 4 every week. I think they were like $20 even back then. And they were just everywhere. So that's why I have so many. Somewhere in the ballpark of like 370 now, 375. Maybe more. And that's just GM radios specifically. I'm not talking about any other type of radio. I don't know. The way I look at it as is every automotive enthusiast has a car that's like an ultimate goal for them, but it's generally always unobtainable. Something would happen. You'd find them now and then, the car that you want, but either it wasn't the right one or it wasn't the right time. You never could make it happen, and that's what happened with this car. I spent, 20 years looking for this car. That's not to say I didn't try. I did. I almost had a couple in my hands. Closest I ever got was the 94, which I sold to my friend. Then I finally got into these. But hell, I had Cimarrons before I had these, and those are way more rare than the Cavalier. So I just ended up in these. This car in particular, my 86 here, belonged to a friend of mine. His partner, they live out in Michigan, where the car came from. Blah. This road is in terrible, terrible condition. Oh, it's bad. Anyway, so they got this car back in 2019. They bought it off Facebook Marketplace. I think it was in Utica, Michigan. They threw a little money at it, brake lines, brakes, CV axles, a few other little things here and there, heater core, and they had no problems with it. Fast forward to 2022, and there was a black Cimarron for sale on Marketplace. I bought it sight unseen over the internet, and I used it as a bribe to get my friend's partner to trade me the Cavalier. So basically I bought him a Cimarron and said, here, give me the Cavalier, and that's how I got this. He didn't want to let it go. I don't blame him. It's a great car. Like, this thing is a dream come true for me. Yeah, it's rusting, but who cares? No, my plan is to start getting the rust out of this car as best as I can. And that's not going to be an easy task because the doors are rotten and the external rockers are rotten, which is all very common on these cars. That's why there aren't a lot of them left. And I know someone's going to leave it in the comments.
Oh, well, it's rusting because you're driving it in the salt. Well, what would you expect it to do? Don't bitch about it if you're going to drive it in the salt.
Stick a sock in it. And I mean deep. I am so tired of that conversation. Yes, salt damages it, or whatever. It's not going to damage it fast enough that it's going to take the car away from me, especially when I'm actively maintaining it with fluid film. 2 coatings per winter. It's very expensive, by the way. And I wash the salt off, simple as that. I don't let it sit. I don't let it collect. It's on and it's off. Simple as that. That's why I just don't care. Little extra maintenance. Salt isn't really that big of a deal if you're willing to go the extra mile, which in my case, I go an extra 5 to 10 miles just to make sure. So there's always ways of preventing it. You got to think, this car has lived in the Midwest its entire life, and it's made it this far, and it's not really all that badly rusted. Something's going on, and I'm just going to keep doing what they were doing. Whoever had this car, the first owner, not my friends, the actual original owner, had to have genuinely cared about this car. All the maintenance on this thing is just insane. The inside of the engine's like brand new. There's maintenance history in the manual. Just, whoever had this car just flat out cared for it. And I think that's incredibly endearing. Genuinely, I'm not even being facetious. That somebody went to a dealership in 1985, sat down, and basically checked every box off except a couple on the I want this car built for me list. And thus this car was built for whoever this person was. I have no way to find out, but it's a very, very heavy option Cavalier. These are not standard seats. It's got power locks, power windows. I put the tape player in. It just had a base AM FM. Doesn't have the tack or anything. Air conditioning, cruise control, intermittent wipers with delay. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Whatever. Just delay wipers. Somebody put this in. I think it's cool. It's got a compass on it. 0 to 60, probably never. Oh, yeah. 0 to 60 in 20 seconds. Nice. Probably never been seafoamed. Doesn't smell good. Hell yeah, though. Wash day. Good enough.
Oh my god, I can't believe you drive your front-wheel drive car in the snow. How could you? Oh, you're gonna ruin it. It's the only one left. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, so we're good there. Alright, guys. Now that the sarcasm is blatantly over, it's wash time. I'll show you how this works. Okay, so blue lead into the positive, and that one into the negative. Just old speaker wire. And deep inside there, that is a old fuel pump from a station wagon. Ew, that's kind of nasty water. Yuck. And that came out of my faucet. Ew. Nah, it's lukewarm. Helps break the salt up. It's about 40 degrees today. Finally starting to warm up a little. Looks like we had a snowstorm on the way. But, okay, so just some old small hose I had laying around. I have multiple of these. This is literally, see, it's an air wand, but it works for water too. So here we go. Let's turn it on. See how everything's cycling around in there and spinning? The fuel pump has a bypass on top of it, so when this is closed, it does nothing. See? But let me move my big heavy bucket over here so I don't hear it. Oops. Okay, I think we're back. Cool, I'll just edit that out. Pretend that never happened. Down about a quarter of a bucket. It works pretty good.